One thing that we reviewed in 2020 was Adventures in Dinosaur City. Another thing that we reviewed in 2020, movie called Pod People and Adventures in Dinosaur City. One other thing that we reviewed in 2020, The Man Who Knew Too Little, Return of E.T. and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Another thing that we reviewed in 2020, Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, Extraterrestrial Visitors and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Another film that we reviewed in 2020, the movie called Scoob, Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, Pod People, and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Another thing that we reviewed in 2020, The Running Man, that movie Scoob. Tyler Perry's Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, a movie called Pod People, and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Something else that we'll review later this month in 2020, the Star Wars Holiday Special, The Running Man, That Bad Film Scoob. Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, and of course Pod People and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Something else that we reviewed in 2020, The Living Daylight Star Wars Holiday Special, The Running Man, Bad Mistake Scoob. Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, Extraterrestrial Visitors, and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Something else that we reviewed in 2020, a movie called Rhinestone, The Living Daylight Star Wars Holiday Special, The Running Man, That Piece of Scoob. Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, a movie called Pod People, and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Something else that we reviewed in 2020, Jaws 3D, Rhinestone, The Living Daylight, Star Wars Holiday Special, The Running Man, That Terrible Will Forte Scoob. Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, Return of E.T., and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Something else that we reviewed in 2020, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Jaws 3D, Rhinestone, The Living Daylight, Star Wars Holiday Special, The Running Man, That Horrible Scoob. Tyler Perry's Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, Pod People, and Adventures in Dinosaur City. One final thing that we reviewed in 2020, a movie called Spy Mate, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Jaws 3D, Rhinestone, The Living Daylights, Star Wars Holiday Special, I Own It, The Running Man, That Terrible Scoob, Tyler Perry's Acrimony, The Man Who Knew Too Little, Pod People, and Adventures in Dinosaur City. Now here's a December review. Hey people, and welcome to our annual, insert your holiday here, reviews.
Yep. Ho ho ho.
Now, minor backstory before I get into this. There's a genre of movies there's several genres of movies that I don't wish to review. One of those genres are the
I can't even see my sweater.
like God's
Not Dead. That is a good movie. Da-da, Santa, Santa, Santa.
but like Case for Christ and God Bless America and Miracles. I don't know about Miracles from Heaven, but various stuff like that. I've tended I've tended to want to avoid because I don't want to get into the subject matter. So this movie is it's
Country Christmas.
it's not so much the controversy about saying the word Christmas. It's about the controversy of believing in Santa Claus, which, just my personal opinion, how how mean do you want to be to take away Santa Claus? That's kind of,
And you got to stay till the end to figure out why
yeah,
it
even though you
happens.
called it out.
Yeah. I sometimes figure out movies.
So anyway, the reason why I picked this movie is because it had Joey Lauren Adams in it, who was Amy in the Chasing Amy, and she was also in Mallrats, and I want to say Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and she was also in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Hmm.
So anyway, Country Christmas,
Yep.
and for you cinema snobs out there, it's Dove Foundation family approved, which it is.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It had some cute moments in it.
It did scare me a little bit when I found out that it was distributed by Phase 4, the Kiara the Brave people.
Yeah.
So, anyway, because this plot is kind of similar to the movie Elf.
Where did you put the box to it?
I don't know, we'll find it later. Can you come back here, please?
No, go ahead. I'll be right there.
Anyway, the plot is similar to the movie Elf, where because people aren't believing in Santa, his powers are going away.
Diminishing. Yeah.
Yeah. Which includes him almost turning, I thought,
Invisible.
yeah, I thought it was going to be, like, transparent to where, like, if you tried to, like, hold his hand, it would be like this, like nothing. Anyway, uh, so there is some sadness. There is a lot of sadness, and there's this boy and girl, or brother and sister, Miley and
I forget.
Spencer Breslin.
Two kids that found out about Santa Claus in their barn,
mhm,
and they were trying to help save him. So they needed to increase the spirit, and there was one, and this is all taking place in Hope, Arizona.
yeah.
And there is one senator from Arizona who wants to
Played
cancel.
by Kevin Pollak.
Yep. He wants to cancel the thought of Santa Claus.
No, he wants to just cancel Santa Claus, like have kids not believe in Santa
Yep.
Claus. You're kind of heartless.
Yeah, I would say.
Don't you want to get elected? How would that help you? He would lose easily.
But at the debate, there were a lot of
Yeah,
signs like
yeah,
Nick Saint Nick.
not my chimney. Do you know what that refers to?
They don't want him to use the chimney.
No. There's in like did it come out that same year or no, I think it came out afterwards, but like for Scoob, for example, someone would use the hashtag not my Shaggy. And for Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Summer Vacation, I want to say the fourth one, I think. It was they did a hashtag not my Roderick.
Not my Roderick? That's
Yeah, because
weird.
they recasted all the roles.
Where did you put it?
Can we?
Oh, here it is. I wanted to say who it was written by,
It was written by 3 people, I believe.
but I thought one of them was Kix Brooks from Brooks and Dunn. It had a little bit of country feel to it.
Yeah.
Because Trace Atkins was
In the movie for 2 minutes, if that.
Yeah. He was a sheriff or something.
He filmed it on his lunch break.
Yeah.
And,
he was going to have a nice nap.
I think this is the first Christmas movie that mentions NASCAR and Jack the Ripper in it.
Mm.
Can we?
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
said that. I said that on Twitter. It's like I think this is the first Christmas movie to mention Jack the Ripper and NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Also, there's Magic Hay, I believe, because Santa is sitting
Feed.
there,
Magic feed.
and the horse and the goat
Goat.
eat it. So for a little bit, it becomes hot to trot. Not as annoying.
The goat is like flying in the air.
It doesn't have. Oh, who's that? But it doesn't have Bobcat Goldthwait as the horse, so it's
Okay.
okay.
But the horse was funny. They
Yeah.
were trying to get their dad out of the barn to go meet with mom and see how she did with her
So
doctor's
anyway,
appointment.
the part of the plot also steals a little bit from an episode of Smart Guy, the Roofer Man episode. What?
I don't remember.
Yeah, where they break into a news broadcast and put a DVD onto live television. Not the Super Bowl, but
Oh, that
still.
part you're talking about
Yeah,
the brother and sister.
yeah.
Yep.
Um,
They want the daughter or the sister wants to challenge the senator to
Senator Kevin Pollock.
to a debate about Santa Claus.
No, no, Senator Schmucker, isn't it?
Schmuck Schmucker's Jam.
Did they get a sponsorship with them? It's like
I don't know.
if they weren't going to go with that, it was going to be Senator Great Value Jelly.
Orange marmalade?
I wanted to do
Anyway,
a lame joke,
I
so.
know, I know.
So they do hold the debate, and
It wasn't really a debate. They just said an
well,
opening statement and then
and then he goes really dirty.
yeah.
Like that is something you probably well
You knew it was going to happen because during the night you saw his
well
assistant or his
okay.
publicist.
I do want to say you shouldn't do that, but I saw in but in October people probably did that or September during something that rhymes with e-baits or e-bait. Presidential debates
Oh, I was thinking rebate. Okay.
in October.
Yeah, there's rebates for a long time with
So,
Menards.
um, yeah, that was really uncalled for. He should have gotten like
Booed.
you can't. And the dad was about to beat him up. If he had punched him, it would have been like, yeah, good, you deserve it.
Yeah. I only want to talk to her. So then he goes in and he's like, Santa.
Thanks for kind of ruining that part.
Well, I won't say anymore.
Um, Something else we won't say anymore is that there's something with the mom. Sorry, that had something in my throat.
And
Anyway, she.
something you have to watch. You have to watch the beginning of the movie. You have to pay attention. And then what happens in school and everything. So
And then, um,
it's a nice, thoughtful story.
something. There's one scene in the movie that I won't mention, but I think it's the first time. Um, how can I put this delicately? Someone of that height has been Santa.
Over 6 feet, you mean?
Yeah, sure, that's what I'm talking about. Um, Anyway, it's a good movie.
It's a good feel good
It
movie.
was a TV movie because there were fade outs, but
Yeah, it was like a break for a commercial or something.
Atlas Shrugged 3 had fade outs and that was
Oh,
released in
okay.
theaters. This is a much better movie than Atlas
Yeah,
Shrugged
I
3.
really think this would be a cute movie to watch. The month of December, or even right now, put you in the spirit for.
We're in the month of December right now.
Oh, that's right. Hmm. I should just stop talking.
Okay, so that's our review. Tune in next time where it's time to review a movie. that came out recently. We need to try to think of a movie to review. Let me think.
Mm-mm.
Bye.
Bye.